Welcome to Rabbit Hole Research. This is Chevy Cool Lady, bringing you more creepy South Carolina urban legends. Thanks for joining me. This is a safe place to listen to lore, unusual news stories, conspiracy theories, and hidden history. If that sounds like a good fit, please consider subscribing if you have not done so already. I appreciate first-time visitors and returning subs. Grab a snack and sit back as we travel to the lowlands. Starting off with the Gray Man of Pawleys Island.
The Gray Man is a sinister sight who might be giving you a warning. Almost as long as mainlanders have traveled to this narrow island for beach vacations, they've told each other stories of the Gray Man, a specter who warns of oncoming storms. The stories vary somewhat in each telling. Mostly he is seen walking the beach, though sometimes on the porch of a beach home or in the window of an inn. He is, as his name suggests, gray, whether that's from the surf on a stormy ocean or because of an association to the Confederate Army. Maybe he is a shadow man. I don't know, but those who live in this low-country beach town know when they see the ghost, it's time to leave the coast. The story of the Gray Man starts in the 1820s. The legend goes that he's a cloaked figure who wanders the beaches ahead of major storms. One woman claimed she saw the ghost in 1954, right before Hurricane Hazel. Another rumored sighting was before Hurricane Hugo in 1989, and then 2018's Hurricane Florence. So if you believe and heed, your life will be preserved. Like most ghosts, the Gray Man's story is one of young love lost. The man, who had been at sea for a very long time, is rumored to have been traveling from Charleston to propose. Hoping to make better time, because of an approaching storm, the man and his horse would take a shortcut through the marsh, just outside of Pawleys Island. As the sun began to set, his horse became bogged down in the bluff of mud and threw the man to the ground. The water and thick mud entrapped him and pulled him under the surface, killing him. Heartbroken, the woman would walk along the beach. One day, she saw her deceased lover, dressed in all black, who warned her that a serious storm was coming and then vanished. As the story goes, a hurricane made landfall and her home was the only one still standing. He's a friendly ghost. According to local lore, the Gray Man still roams the island in the days before a storm is set to make landfall. Many believe he is still searching for his lover.
Our next South Carolina legend is the Ghost Hound of Goshen. The place in question lies between Newberry and Union counties. There dwells a terrifying beast known to many as the Hound of Goshen. The stories go as far back as the 1850s when a young slave boy saw him for the first time while going to get the doctor. It is said to be an overly large dog and white in color. Some will say that if you are to happen upon this dog, that a death is sure to follow. Some say that the dog has red eyes. The last time this dog was seen was in 1998, but there is no information on the encounter. As far as anyone knows, this dog has not bitten or otherwise attacked anyone to date. But if you go down that stretch of road, it would be a good idea to take some friends along with you. We would not like to chance an encounter with the Hound of Goshen. Believe in ghosts? If not, you may change your mind if you meet the legendary ghost hound on this lonely road in South Carolina. He is a formidable presence you do not want to, even chance, encounter along the lonely, 5-mile stretch of road that runs through one of the densest parts of the Sumter National Forest. Spooky.
St. Helena Island is steeped in Gullah culture. But there's another thing this South Carolina island is famous for. And it's found on the 8-mile-long Land's End Road. Here, there are 3 legendary haunts that, at night, could send you running for the hills. Take a turn at this directional sign to explore this haunted road. The Chapel of Ease is located ahead on the left and sits right next to the highway. There are no lights, so maybe you should go by during the day to scope out its location before trying to find it after the sun goes down. Perhaps the most famous revolves around the open Fripp Mausoleum. Reportedly, Union soldiers broke into the crypt to raid the treasure. When groundskeepers replaced the bricks that sealed the door, they returned the next day, only to find them in a pile on the ground. The legend has it that they left and never returned. But the vandalized and haunted mausoleum isn't the only excitement you may encounter at the Chapel of Ease. Other hauntings here include reports of hearing singing from inside the church walls and spooky voices in the surrounding woods. People have even reported seeing an apparition of a woman in white strolling around the cemetery carrying an infant. For sure, this is one spot on Land's End Road that is haunted beyond your worst nightmare. Further up the road is yet another creepy paranormal experience.
It happens near this tree after dark, when people see in the distance a single light that's as bright as if it's coming from a car. But as the driver approaches the oncoming light, it disappears into thin air. Several stories surround the legend of the Land's End Light, including a tale of runaway slaves that were found and hanged from this tree. Another legend says the light is the spirit of a soldier killed in a fight over moonshine. We'll never know which or if it's actually both. They say when the light appeared, the windows wouldn't roll up and music was heard coming from the woods. As soon as the light disappeared, the music stopped and they were able to roll up the windows. It's very light and they describe it as sounding like someone rubbing the rim of water-filled wine glasses. The story of Private Quigley begins over on the grounds where the ruins of Fort Fremont are now found. This abandoned fort was built long after the Civil War in 1899 and was only manned by the government for about 10 years. But the fort or occurrences at the fort during its time in service have nothing to do with the ghost or the unexplained light source commonly seen on Land's End Road during the Civil War, and long before the existence of Fort Fremont. Some Civil War soldiers were set up here due to the location's strategic position on the Beaufort River. As the story goes, a fight over some moonshine ensued between some soldiers and the locals. During the ruckus, Private Quigley was decapitated by one of the locals. It's said Private Quigley can be seen walking up and down Land's End Road looking for his missing head. Have you ever encountered the Land's End Light? And do you believe the stories behind the light source? This brings us to the Santee tribe of South Carolina's story of the Thunderbird. According to Native American folklore, the Thunderbird is described as an enormous bird with a wingspan that stretches across the sky. Its feathers are said to be as vibrant as the colors of the rainbow, shimmering with iridescent hues. The creature's eyes are believed to emit bright flashes of lightning, while its beak and talons are sharp and powerful. The sheer size and majesty of the Thunderbird make it an awe-inspiring sight to behold. The Thunderbird is closely associated with thunder and lightning, natural phenomena that hold great significance in Native American culture. The rumbling sound of thunder is believed to be the flapping of the Thunderbird's wings, while the lightning bolts are said to be caused by the creature's swift movements. Native Americans view thunderstorms as a manifestation of the Thunderbird's power, a display of its dominance over the skies. The Thunderbird was created by the Great Spirit, Gitche Manitou, to protect humanity from evil spirits and monsters. The Thunderbird lived high in the mountains, perched on the cliffs, and would descend upon the earth whenever danger threatened the people. One day, a powerful serpent-like creature called the Mississippian emerged from the depths of Lake Superior. This creature had the ability to cause great destruction and bring chaos to the land. The Ojibwe people were terrified and sought the help of the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird heard their cries for help and swooped down from the sky. With its mighty talons, it grabbed hold of the Mississippian and engaged in a fierce battle. Lightning bolts flashed across the sky as the Thunderbird fought to protect the people. Eventually, the Thunderbird emerged victorious, banishing the Mississippian back into the depths of the lake. From that day forward, the Thunderbird became a revered guardian spirit among the Santee people. They believed that whenever thunderstorms occurred, it was a sign that the Thunderbird was watching over them, ensuring their safety and well-being. The Thunderbird holds immense cultural significance for Native American tribes. It is often regarded as a symbol of protection, strength, and bravery. The Thunderbird's association with thunder and lightning reinforces its image as a powerful being. Its ability to control these natural forces is seen as a demonstration of its strength and dominance over the elements. Many tribes view the thunderbird as a symbol of power and authority, inspiring warriors and leaders alike. For some Native American tribes, the thunderbird is believed to have a strong connection to the spiritual realms. It is considered a messenger between the earthly and divine worlds, carrying prayers and blessings to the heavens. The thunderbird's role as a spiritual intermediary adds to its significance in religious ceremonies and rituals, so maybe you will see the thunderbird flying through the southern skies.